Hey, this drink recipe is sponsored by Squarespace, an all-in-one solution for designing, building, managing, and hosting your website or online store. Tell them I sent you and you'll get a discount. Link is in the description. Cheers! This slightly non-traditional margarita mix is my go-to summer beverage, either with tequila or as a soft drink. The secret ingredient is this ethereal, green, glowing goo that kind of resembles ectoplasm. And to make it, you have to zest your citrus before you juice it. A microplane grater is fantastic for zesting because it makes really shallow cuts. It just pulls off that flavorful outer skin while leaving the bitter white pith behind. You can see that I'm not being obsessive about getting every last little bit of zest. I need a cup of juice for this recipe, which I think is going to be about 6 limes, so that's how many I'm zesting. Once you've got a nice big pile, scrape it into a bowl and set it aside. Time to cut these in half and juice them. I am using a reamer. You could just squeeze with your hands, but limes can be especially tough to juice. Reamers are good. You could use all kinds of citrus, by the way. I'll do this with grapefruit, blood orange, lemon, lime, or a mixture of all of the above. Today I'm just doing limes. Yeah, perfect. 6 limes for 1 cup of juice, but limes really do vary. Buy extra. You can use them for garnish. I tend to put that in the freezer while I do the rest. I like really cold margaritas. Get yourself a little saucepan and pour in half a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. Put it on high heat and bring it to a boil. You don't have to stir it. Now you've got simple syrup. Pull it off the heat and wait for it to stop bubbling. Then throw in your zest and stir it around. It is imperative that you wait until this comes off the boil before you put in the zest. Otherwise, the liquid will come out brown instead of green. Just let that steep for, 5 minutes or so. This step makes margaritas that are so much more intensely flavorful than the traditional recipe. That zest is just magic. Now get yourself a heat-proof 4-cup measuring jug and a metal sieve and pour in the syrup. Take a spoon and press on that zest to squeeze out the last little drops. Hold on to that sieve, we'll need it again. And there you go, ectoplasm. At this stage, it is both too sweet and too hot. We can fix both problems at once by just dropping in enough ice cubes to give us 1 cup total of syrup. Just stir it around for a minute. If the ice cubes don't melt all the way, it doesn't matter. They'll melt really fast in the glass. Now put the sieve back on the jug and spill your juice through there. Why do I always spill? That'll catch any pulp that you've got. Again, give that zest a squeeze. A lot of people would say I use too much citrus. I would say they use too much sugar. Okay, here's a bottle of silver tequila, and yes, I have been keeping it in the freezer. I like cold margaritas. For a party, you could just pour that straight into the jug and taste it until you like the proportions. I sometimes go as high as half mix, half tequila. But I'll just do 1 glass for now and eyeball it. 1/3 syrup, 1/3 citrus, 1/3 booze. Little lime slice on the glass. No, I do not do the salt on the rim thing. Look at that sexy drink. And see, the ice cubes are already gone. That just looks like smoke in a glass. Gorgeous. Tastes nice, but I really do think it tastes better stronger. I like half and half. Okay, say you don't want to drink booze. What should you do instead? For a non-alcoholic version, I would just grab a larger glass, throw in some ice, and do half mix, half club soda. Throw in a lime wedge and give it a stir. Ooh, that is pretty. That is a delicious summer soda. Super refreshing. So good that I sometimes combine these 2 concepts and splash in a little tequila on top. I'm sure bartenders have a name for that. I just call it something to take out on the front stoop. You caught me drinking on the job. Thanks again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Here, look, I've been working on my site. It is crazy easy with their very food-friendly templates. If I had a restaurant, I could drop an open table block right there and take reservations on my site. Logo. I need a logo. Which fork do you think says Ragusia? I'll show you my finished site next time. To get yours started for free, go to squarespace.com. And when you're ready to publish, go to squarespace.com/Ragusia. You'll get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Hey, salud!